In this video, we're going to learn how to create pivot tables. A pivot table is a powerful tool that's unique to Excel that allows you to analyze large amounts of data without manually entering any formulas. So for example, if we have this data here, and if we scroll down, this is information on bank loans from a bank for different mortgages, business loans, and refinancing loans. And if we scroll all the way to the bottom, we can see there's over 20,000 pieces of data. Rather than manually entering formulas to analyze the data, you can create a pivot table to do all the work for you. The first rule of the pivot table is your data must be sent vertically, meaning that you must have the variable heading at the top and the data at the scrolling down. Make sure all of your column headings have titles, otherwise you won't be able to create the pivot table. So simply select all of the data, insert pivot table. This dialog box will appear asking you where you would like the pivot table to be created and from which data set. Excel is defaulted to create a pivot table in a new tab within the same spreadsheet, so you can just click OK. If you see here, you have a list of all of the variables and these 4 boxes down here. Now, row labels, you can think of this box right here as your independent variable. So you're going to put things like type of loan, male, female, race. Column labels is what you want to find out, so that's the dependent variable. In most cases, for your report, that'll be things like satisfaction levels or whether they disagree or agree with a certain thing. So it's as simple as clicking and dragging to the proper box. So let's say we want to find out different types of loan types. So there's business, home, refinance, and mortgage. Let's say we want to know how many loans are created in those categories, but we want to break down the information by month. So we have date loaned here, and we'll drag that into the column labels. Now, if you see, the data automatically updated as months. If we go back to our spreadsheet though, it's actually coded as dates. Let's say you have months and you would like to group them in a different fashion. So instead of months, we actually want to do it by quarters. You can right click and select group. From there, you have the option of doing it quarters, years, days. In this case, let's select quarters. Next, we don't want to know the count of how many business loans were originated in quarter 1. We want to know the percent of business total loans originated in quarter 1. So to do so, go back to count of loans down here, click the arrow, and you want to select value field settings. Keep it as a count, and we want to show value as, and from this dropdown you have the option of percent of row total. Now if you see, we have our percentages with 2 decimal places, but that's not proper formatting in the report. So go back to where we were, count of loans, value field settings, this time select number format. And you can select percentage with 0 decimal places. Now you have the option of filtering out all the blanks. It's as simple as filtering out data anywhere else. So just unselect blank, and this is your pivot table. So as you can see, in a few clicks, we were able to create all of this information with thousands of pieces of data without manually entering any formulas.